Luke Rockhold's recent comments on Khamzat Chimaev's upcoming battle with Dricus Du Plessis exposed some previously undiscovered flaws in the unbeaten fighter's armor. Rockhold, who has trained with both guys, painted a vivid picture of Chimaev's fierce start but also expressed some major worries. His verdict: the early rounds will be a defining test for both fighters. Rockhold described Chimaev as a relentless machine in the early rounds. A grappling powerhouse who comes on strong and applies unrelenting pressure. He's a beast. He's a grappler. He's going to get relentless pressure. He's going to start fast and hard, Rockhold stated. However, as overpowering as his intensity is, it may not be sustainable. The main question that the 40-year-old raises is whether Stillknox can weather the early storm and remain standing as Boers pushes aggressively from the opening bell. But this is when Dricus Du Plessis' toughness and resilience come into play. Luke Rockhold has trained extensively with DDP and understands how difficult it is to wear him down. I've trained with DDP a lot. He's tough. He ain't going to go away. You got to dominate him. You got to finish him, Rockhold stated. Du Plessis isn't just tough. He's also deceptive, with strange timing and a rhythm that constantly throws his opponents off guard. His striking may look odd, but Rockhold says it works, mixing it well with solid grappling and wrestling skills. What stood out in Luke Rockhold's analysis was his concern about Chimaev's ability to maintain that relentless pace for 5 complete rounds. That's not 5-round material, he explained. According to the 40-year-old, Boers must finish or dominate early. Because maintaining that relentless pressure during a championship-length fight will be a major challenge. According to him, Khamzat Chimaev's toolkit may not yet include the stamina and mental grit required to maintain that level of intensity. He said, "I just don't see how Khamzat's going to keep that pressure. That intensity. You can only keep that for so long. That's not 5-round material." With UFC 319 right around the corner, Luke Rockhold's insight on Submission Radio provides fans with a new perspective on this high-stakes matchup. It's not just about between two undefeated fighters. It's a war of styles and endurance, with Khamzat Chimaev's raw aggression pitted against Dricus Du Plessis' grinding toughness and strategic unpredictability. If Stillknox can withstand the initial onslaught, Rockhold feels the momentum will change in his favor as the fight progresses. And it's not just the 40-year-old who is rooting for DDP, as a former 17-second victim of Boers also came out with his prediction. Building on Rockhold's assessment that Khamzat Chimaev's stamina may be a weakness, Gerald Meerschaert, the man on the receiving end of Chimaev's 17-second knockout, has thrown his support behind Dricus Du Plessis. Despite suffering one of the quickest finishes in UFC history against Boers, Meerschaert sees the challenge ahead and feels Du Plessis has what it takes to end Chimaev's undefeated streak. Meerschaert points to Du Plessis' size, physicality, and unconventional approach as major elements that may plague Boers early on. He stated he wouldn't be surprised if Chimaev won, but he expects Dricus to dominate the fight, particularly in the early rounds. According to him, Du Plessis' movement and distinct style may be just what is required to upset Chimaev's persistent pressure and grind him down over time. He said, "I'm not gonna be shocked if Khamzat wins, you know what I'm saying. But if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say like 60-70% Dricus. I think he's gonna be too big and too physical for Khamzat to catch in those first couple of rounds." With UFC 319 fast approaching, Meerschaert will have a front-row ticket to the title fight in Chicago while simultaneously training for his own fight on the same card. His prediction adds another aspect to the evolving story. While Chimaev is a beast early on, Du Plessis' resilience and tactics may eventually force him to face defeat and lose his undefeated streak. So, who will win the fight? Let us know in the comments.